Hey everybody, it's Clint Arthur, and join me for a walk on the wild side. I'm in New York City, Sunday night, and I'm gonna go see if I can find myself a bottle of juice. Looking for a bottle of juice. Yeah, you're gonna enjoy this walk. It's a nice walk through the neighborhood. That's the building where I grew up, right there. That's where I grew up. Right over there on the 18th floor. Man, in those days, this was a different neighborhood. See Mike's Pizza? That wasn't there. That was a flower store, a florist called Amazonas Florist. That was my first job, working in Amazonas Florist as a delivery boy. I would deliver the flowers to different places, hospitals, funeral parlors, people's apartments, whatever, make a little extra money. It really intrigues me these days. It really fascinates me how I wanted to make money when I was a kid. That was like fun for me. That was something that fascinated me and captivated me, and I did it. I just went out and did it. Nobody forced me to go out and make money. My parents didn't say, go get a job. I just went out and got a job. Delivering flowers, making money. That wasn't my first job. My first job, this was a crazy one. There was a flea market across the street, and I was a coin collector. I loved collecting coins. So I was in the flea market one time looking around the different booths to see if anybody had any coins to sell. And the guy hired me. He's like, hey, you want to make some money? I said, sure. I was 10 years old. He goes, I want you to go out on the street corner, and I want you to hand out these flyers to the people walking by, and I'll pay you $1 an hour to do that. That was my first job, handing out flyers on the streets in New York City. In fact, I'm coming up on that corner in a little bit, and I'm gonna show you the exact corner where I had my first job, handing out flyers on the streets. But it's funny because kids today, they don't have that same kind of work ethic. They don't seem to want to make money for whatever reason. In fact, like, it's weird. You know, my daughter is a good worker. Like, they just don't care about money though. Very fascinating. My daughter is a good worker. And I said to her, hey, I'm looking for a writer to do some copy editing and proofreading and working on a book project for me. And it pays $25 an hour. Are you interested? This is the fascinating thing. She's working right now for a writer, a Hollywood screenwriter. And she's making $625 a week. Something like that, $650 a week, minus taxes. But so she's getting $125 a day, working 8 hours. What does that come out to? I'm offering to pay almost twice that rate to do my stuff. I haven't received a response. It's been almost 24 hours since I texted her that offer. No response. No response even to the offer. Not interested in money. I remember a couple years ago, Allie and I had built a house in Echo Park, and there were some little kids who lived in the house across the street. And we came home with a lot of groceries. We were having a party. And I said to the little kids, hey, does one of you want to earn $10 an hour to help us carry stuff inside? I might have even said, does one of you want to earn $10 to help us carry stuff inside? No. No, not really. Not interested in making money. That's really what it comes down to. Not interested. And you see, that is an essential element of entrepreneurship. It really is. You have to be interested in making money. So, for example, Earlier today, I was walking around the city. I needed to go out and get some steps, right? I needed to go out and get some steps. I was walking around the city and I was looking at different buildings that are for sale or that are being developed right now in different parts of the neighborhood. Like, basically I was doing research on developing real estate on a Sunday. Why was I doing that? Because I'm interested in that, because I want to do that, because I'm fascinated by that, because I want to make money. It's a profitable venture to do real estate. And I'm looking for a place in New York to buy as an investment so that I could develop it and build an 18-story tower. That's my new goal. I want to build an 18-story tower. I saw one being built the other day. Inspirational. An 18-story tower, 15 feet wide, residential apartment building. Fascinating. This is the corner, my friends. It was right here. Right on this corner. This was my first job. 10 years old, handing out flyers on that corner to people going by. $1 an hour. That was the corner. You know, and like that building right there, that low building right there. I'm looking to buy a building like that so I could tear it down and build an 18-story tall sliver building. That's the big goal. Scary as shit. That's a big goal. So, anyway, now we're going through the end of Lexington Avenue, down towards this park over here. I'll take you to this park. It's called Gramercy Park. And it's a rare thing. It's a private park in New York City. Private park. And fascinatingly enough, I'm going to show you an interesting detail. When I was at Wharton as an undergrad, I joined a fraternity. And then I became the pledge master of that fraternity. And one of the guys who came in one of the classes after me, his name was Jason Ruggles Bernhardt. Jason Ruggles Bernhardt. Also a kid who grew up in New York City like me, I think. He either grew up in New York City like me or he grew up in Ohio. One of those two. And he asked me where I lived, and when I told him where I lived, he said, "Really, you know Gramercy Park?" "Yes, of course I know Gramercy Park." Well, my grandfather designed Gramercy Park. You'll see his name on the plaque. His name was Ruggles. So I'm going to show you that name here. It's a very nice part of New York. I mean, here's the Starwood Hotel. It's the Gramercy Park Hotel. Very hip, happening bar and restaurant scene in there. And then here's this park. This little private park. I'll show you inside. You need to have a key to get in. See? I never see anybody in this park. Can't get in, it's locked. You have to have a key to get in. I never see anybody in this park. I've never been in this park my whole entire life. I've lived in this neighborhood forever. So, historic district. Where's the plaque? It says Ruggles. I saw it here once. Boy, did they take the plaque down? This is another plaque that says, describes the whole thing. That's not the plaque I'm looking for. As they said in Star Wars, these are not the droids you're looking for. So, this was the neighborhood, my friends. On the video last night, the video I made last night, I talked about how my mom wanted to buy a townhouse near Gramercy Park. This was the neighborhood she wanted to buy the townhouse in for $785,000. Something like one of those. Probably not on the park. It probably was down that street over there, Irving Place. But that was the path not taken. That would be worth $15 million today. Easy. But that was the path not taken. I was doing a coaching call earlier today with one of my clients. He's coming to Harvard. He's coming to Celebrity Launchpad. He runs a bookkeeping and accounting service. Randy owns. And he talked about his dad on the call tonight with me. He talked about how his dad had said with regret late in his life, he said, you know, if I hadn't been with your mother, she was so cautious, I would have done a lot of things that I didn't get to do. And I would have had a lot more money at the end. And Randy said, yeah, you know, you have to take risks if you want to have rewards. But at the same time, you need to temper those risks with reality. And you also have to keep an eye on what your actual cash flow is. Those were very smart words. Very smart words from a guy who has helped more than 30,000 clients with their accounting, bookkeeping, and tax reduction strategies. Yes, you have to take risks, but you have to be aware of reality, and you have to be aware of your cash flow. All very, very important ideas for people who want to get ahead, who want to be entrepreneurs. Quiet in the city. New York City, quiet in the summertime, on the weekends. People out in the Hamptons. People out at the beach. Allie and I are just happy to be here in our apartment. Happy to be living in the city. Happy to be being in the city. We just want to be being in the city. Just appreciating the buildings, appreciating the real estate of this city. Crazy. A parking lot like this. You know how much this parking lot is worth? Easy, $20 million. Easy, $20 million. Looks like it's 50 feet wide, 100 feet deep. In the middle of the Flatiron District. Easy. 20 million would be probably a bargain for that parking lot. Love it. Love it. Just off on an adventure. Just off on an adventure. See, look. Now this sliver building idea, this is not new. This has been going on for a long time. There's a sliver building right there. That sliver building is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stories tall. 25 feet wide. Looks like it was built, I don't know, in the 50s, in the 40s. I have no idea. Sliver building. Crazy, right? and it looks like the ceilings are high ceilings. Like if we were to build that building today, it would be floors that were not as high ceilinged as the floors that are there. Jesus. There's so much money in this city. There's so much value stored up just in these buildings, walking around. It's almost inconceivable how all these buildings could be built. And how much money there is in all these buildings. Having built houses, I've built single-family houses. Let's see, I built 5 single-family houses, and I've built a 3-unit loft complex, and I'm gonna add 2 more lofts to that 3-unit complex. And I know how hard it is to build those little buildings. How do you build these giant buildings? How do you do that? Well, I think it begins with a dream. I think it begins with a statement like I made today to you on this video, that I have a dream. One day, I'm gonna build a sliver building like that. And if it all goes well, I'm gonna get out of it with a penthouse apartment on top of it and $1 million or $2 million in the bank. That's if it goes well. That would be a really great result. It'll probably take a minimum of 5 years. From the time I buy the property, it'll probably take a minimum of 5 years. A house I'm building right now, I bought the land in 2004. It took 10 years just to get a permit for it. So, building a sliver building, it's a 5 to 10 year project. I'm 51 right now. It'll probably be like the crowning achievement of my whole real estate development career. To build one sliver building by the time I'm 65. I gotta tell you, it's like, first of all, it's a little bit daunting and disappointing that that's all I could do, but it's just being realistic. Realistically, I think that's how long it'll take. But at the same time, it's quite an accomplishment to build an 18-story building. It takes a lot of guts to dream it, dare it, and declare it. I don't know if I'll ever get to do it. That's the thing about entrepreneurship. There's a lot of things you want to do as an entrepreneur. There's a lot of things you try to do as an entrepreneur. Not everything is going to succeed. Not everything is going to make you a lot of money and be wildly successful. That's just part of the game of entrepreneurship. Here's a sliver building going in right there. Wow. Right there. Lucky. Can't wait to see how high it goes. I hope it goes 18 stories. I think about one of my professors at Wharton Business School. He said, look, Clint, there is every state in the United States, every city in the United States, there's every country in the world, there's the entire planet of Earth, there's the entire solar system of every planet in the solar systems. And then there's doing business in Manhattan. It's its own unique thing. Its own unique thing. And it's completely different than everything else. It truly is. Well, we're getting down to the end of the adventure, my friends. I'm over here on 6th Avenue, and the juice place is either on the left or on the right. We'll see. And it may even be closed. It's pretty late right now. It's funny how the days get long in the summer. No, juice place is over there. Here's a really cool cafe. We like it a lot. Market. Where's my juice place? Is it too late? Maybe too late. Hey, look, you know, this was like a random destination that I picked just to have a place to go, have a destination. That's really why I picked it, even though it was late. Is it open? No. Yeah. Hi. Can I get a juice? Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. What do I want? The double dare. See, I'm always trying to be daring. 7-3, 7-4. Double dare! Thank you. I have a ritual app. Can you do it? Okay. There's a credit card. Thank you. I don't need a receipt. All good? Thank you. You too, man. All right, I got my juice. Take it out into the street, have a sip, and then we'll wrap up this. Wrap this up. Oh, good pizza place right here.